Island boy. Shout out to the Island Boy Shay. Hey, it's the Island Boy. This goes out to Island Boy Shay, Crypto BlackSheep, and the DJ Protocol community. Island Boy. It's a sheep token, going to the moon. Yeah. Drip hops and poles, gonna make us all rich. The DJ protocol.
Oh yeah.
What up? What up?
Nice.
What is going on?
Yeah, man. I'm excited for it.
Excited for which one?
Staker protocol.
Staker.
And then sheep. I'm trying to scheme right now for
we had an AMA today. I didn't get to catch the whole thing because I had to run. Furion or whatever it's called. Have you heard of that one? They actually were very professional. Like it was well put together.
Okay, that's why the thing. Yeah, I missed it. That's why the thing was on mute to speak.
Yeah. When you first come in, yeah.
Okay.
It actually sounded really good. Like it's very rare that I hear stuff. I'm like, that sounds good. Sounds like I want to get into it. You know, like the first time I hear about it. But it was very well presented and everything.
Okay. Shit, yeah.
Because that makes a big difference. Sometimes you an AMA is like a total shit show, and then the project turns out to be a shit show, and you're like, you should have known.
Yeah. But it's gonna be the first one I'm throwing down for the group, other than what I've got in XSheep. Yeah. I've got all mine in XSheep right now. So,
oh, fuck! I can't stop fucking yawning. I tell you, I had a mortgage on home.
So I'm thinking I'm going to buy a little bit more because I got it all staked right now because it's going to go up. And then I can just level off what I invested into both penny and then whatever. And I didn't put too much in. I mean, what would it be? It'd be like less than, $2,000 that would actually.
Yeah, I haven't even put mine into Staker yet because I kept forgetting to whitelist. Like, because through crypto.com now, how you have to like whitelist your shit and then it takes 24 hours. You have to wait.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting right now on the 24 hours. I was like, fuck, dude. Because that's why I kept thinking like, I'm not going to do it because it's a pain in the ass. I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to miss out. And now I'm like waiting the 24 hours just so I could fucking put my money in. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I tried to call my bank yesterday and I was in the group, like trying to like show them I'm doing it and like trying to get it to go because JP was waiting on me. And they ended up dropping the call. Like it's always some bullshit.
Yeah.
I can't believe the banks are like that flaky on and that bad about how letting people spend their fucking money.
I know. Yeah, like my girl, she would have to call her bank every time she wants to make a deposit into crypto. She has to call, and then if it's 24 hours, anything over 24 hours, she has to call again and get approval. Like again, like for another 24 hours. It's so fucking dumb.
Jesus. But yeah, Elk saved me. I paid a little fee. I basically burned $80 twice, but
yeah. I should have just done the elk shit and just gotten it over with.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Smoke weed every day.
Oh yes.
Yep.
So you guys are coming over to Harmony, right? Don said something about a bridge to somewhere. Or what was it?
What was it? I don't know. I haven't heard him talking anything about Harmony.
Okay. Well, no, Pulse chain. That's right.
Gay ass Pulse. Bunch of queers. I love Pulse. What am I talking about? Sheep, you're muted. I'm not sure if you know that.
Hey, yeah, I've been talking for a minute. Whoops.
I figured I saw your mouth.
Yeah, we're going to Pulse chain, if anything. That's why we got the Pulse chain colors.
We're going to the fucking gay. We're going to the gay district.
Be hella gains though. I think we'll make super fucking way bigger gains than staying on Crow. But that's just.
I thought you said games for a second.
My biased opinion.
Yeah,
well, he said gay. I said gain.
Sheep's like, there's gonna be gays everywhere.
Gay. Wait. You thought he said gay? I thought you said games. You said gains.
He said gay. Sheep said there's gonna be gays all over there, and he's excited.
Yeah. How does someone get into Pulse chain? Well, there was a sacrifice that started like a year ago. It's over now. But you can wait till launch and get in.
Pulse gains. That's right.
Gains.
So with XSheep going to, you're saying you're going to pull the chain or pull the assets, try to migrate them over to Pulse chain, right?
We were talking about starting up a whole nother, like just duplicating what we have on potentially on Crow. On the Pulse was one of the ideas.
Okay. So just another instance of it.
Yeah. But I mean, who knows? We could change how we do it. But that was one of the things we were talking about, to have it on both networks.
Yeah.
Because if we iron it out over here on Crow, then once Pulse chain launches, we can. We're talking about. We can launch it in a timely manner over there. Like, okay, boom, and then a month later, launch the next half.
Okay.
We wouldn't have to do like we do now, because all the code would already be written. You just have to change it over to the other chain. Make Don rewrite it all for Pulse. He'd freak out. He'd probably punch us in our face.
It's not that hard to change. You literally
just make him rewrite the whole code. Be like, nope, you got to start from scratch for Pulse. He'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, looking good though. What else we got? Elephant. Is it coming back from the graveyard? A little bit. This chart's so fucked up now because of that wick. It's hard to zoom in on it now.
Yeah.
Let's see if Drip is making any recovery. No. Still making lower highs and lower lows.
That's the way we like it. Isn't that what we wanted to do, right? Lower highs, lower lows, and then
buy high, sell low.
Yeah, sounds right.
Oh, so Animal Farm's coming someday. What else we got?
Someday.
Refinery. Oh yeah, what's our word of the day? Yesterday was libtard.
Pulse gayness. Pulse gains.
Just say Pulse chain. Fuck it.
No, let's do Pulse gains.
Pulse gains. What else we got? Hex bonering today, slaying sap. Yeah, let's check out Hex. See what it's doing.
It's not slaying sap. Look at the prices.
What is it? Vision, I think.
Cali boy needs to stop fucking huffing the fumes on those fucking Priuses.
Oh, yep, it is. Oh shit, it is. Yeah, I knew it was about. I was saying this morning it looked like it was about to rip. I think that's the last. That's the last bottom right there. We're done making lows.
What is it at? How many cents? 14?
14 and a half.
Oh, that ain't shit.
But yeah, it's.
For Hex, it's. I mean, I guess it's shit. Yay.
I mean, yeah. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back right here. Yeah.
Fucking Hex.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna get some work in. I'll see y'all later.
All right, we'll see you. Maybe Richard Hart's done buying bitch bags this week.
Maybe.
You can see like the dips, like there's his Ferrari, there's his other purse, there's his other purse. Oh, there's about 6 purses. Where's everybody else at? Come on, people, where are you at? What if I wouldn't have woken up from my little nap? She would have been here alone. That's fucked up. Hey, so I didn't catch. I only caught like the first 20 minutes maybe of that Furion thing. Did it sound good the whole way through? I don't think he hears me. I think he's jerking off, or maybe he's pooping himself. His bathroom is right next to there, right next to where he sits. He's probably pooping right now. Everybody, right now as we speak, BlackSheep has got his fingers slipping through toilet paper going up his butthole. It crispy. It sounded pretty good from what I heard. I only heard about 20 minutes, but they sound like they really had their shit together. When they did their AMA, they had very good like kind of visual guidance that they were using. I think it was all their white paper, but it was good the way they had it set up. Very professional, which makes it seem more likely that you're going to get success from something when you have people that are professional, not like, oh, I don't know. So yeah, drip clone, a little different tokenomics than drip, stuff that they have done to keep it more sustainable. So we'll see. We'll see, fellers. So while Black Sheep's jerking off, I guess it's just the Shane show. So hey guys. I know there was no whitelist spots for that BH. No whitelists because they said, "F you guys, we ain't Hobbs, ain't nobody getting whitelist. Pay me, bitch." Well, I made some of that up. I'm not sure which part. So somebody else get on here with me. BH, get your Australian ass on here. Throw a shrimp on the bobby. When am I buying that Porsche? Probably wait till next year. I don't think I want to spend $300,000 or $400,000 on a car this year. I mean, I want to. Don't get me wrong. But is Black Sheep? You hear that, guys? Sounds like he's freaking giving birth. It's the shit show. Yeah, Captain Asshook, why don't you get on here? Somebody come on here while he's shitting himself. Can't be all alone while there's a sheep shit going on. It's the shit show. The sheep shit show. Oh, and he's back. You know,
What
you
up?
better wash your hands. We listened to you shitting.
Right.
We could hear. It was just me by myself. I had to entertain him somehow, and everyone like knew, like, yeah, he's shitting
Right.
his brains out. We could hear you in there. It sound like you're, like, fighting or something. We were like, what's going on in there?
Fighting, yeah.
Yeah.
I was beating her ass.
Sounded like it. Sounded like someone was beating off in your ass, is what it sounded like.
Crispy said it sounded like an exorcism. Well, that comment wins.
We're pretty sure that you were shitting yourself and your head was spinning around, spitting pea soup all over your bathroom.
I guess I forgot to mute it.
Really? All of a sudden, I was just alone. Like, hey, and then we can hear you fucking ass raping yourself. Did she just say keep going till you get to the elbow, pussy? We heard it.
Whoops.
Oh, it's just Shane. Okay.
It's just Shane, yeah.
Yeah.
and 11 other people.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How do you sit down after such an occasion? I know how she sits down. She doesn't use her asshole for it.
I have to replay that.
She uses
I'm
your
gonna
asshole.
have to go back and replay.
She uses your asshole for all of her experimenting.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Yeah, we're not sure what we heard, but we heard something. Pegging, yes.
Oh shit.
Man, I wish we could have turned your camera. Look, he's all blushing. Look at BlackSheep. He's all blushing.
Oh shit. Whoops.
Oh, what's up?
Yo.
Finally, somebody else shows up. But I was alone that whole time. You were awkwardly doing whatever you were doing, BlackSheep.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was actually taking a shit while you.
Oh, you were taking a shit.
Hey, me too. My shit don't sound as violent as whatever's going on at Sheep's place.
Yeah. Sometimes the butt plugs don't go the right way.
Sheep's gonna have a blowout. You gotta be careful.
Yeah. Had the bidet on that stream.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful with them bidets, let me tell you, man. And you got a little too much pressure. Whoa! Before you know it, you go to do the bidet. Before you know it, you got water coming out your nose, and you're trying to figure out, wait a minute, how's that coming from my asshole out my nose? Then you feel violated but clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just working on it like yesterday or the day before.
But yeah, you're just asking about that Furio. No, it's got some pretty cool things going with it. I like that variable interest rate based on
The
how
one thing
you claim.
I don't like is that you have to claim and you have to claim and roll equal. Like you can't roll.
No, you can. You
But
can.
it
Your
sets you
interest
in
rate
that-
goes. Your interest rate goes down to 0.5, which is fair. If you're going to take out, you get less.
But if you're build like that sucks. That, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather have people rolling like motherfuckers.
Yeah, if you keep rolling, it's a 7-day average. So if you keep rolling, then it's 2.5%. So I don't know.
I mean, there's worse shit that they.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it sounds pretty cool. That was the only thing that I was like, well, that sucks because like me, like if you're, it sucks for me because I'm a diamond hander, so I want to.
If you're a diamond hander,
roll it way more than
then you be set. You be having the highest interest rate the whole time.
I thought he was saying though that you have to claim half the time and roll half the time.
No, you're just saying that's your penalty. The more you claim, the more your daily rate goes down. So if you don't claim, you keep max rate.
So if I just keep rolling.
You stay at 2.5.
I thought it was gonna hurt people whether they roll or claim too much. That they wanted to keep you right there in the middle.
No, if you stay balanced and you stay around at 2% or whatever, something more. But if you say you say if you I should say if you roll consistently, then you're
That'd be
2.5%.
good.
If you claim consistently, then you're 0.5%.
Okay,
Then
so
it
so
goes up
basically
from
what you're
there.
saying is I'd be way up there and E and J
Yeah,
would be 0.5%.
yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Freaking E and J. Where's that buddy at?
We're playing back the stream. Hang on.
Oh, he's trying to listen. Like, oh no, they're worried. Like, how much did they hear? That's why he's listening.
Yep.
They're scared. Like, oh no, what did they hear? Oh, we heard it.
Yeah,
We heard something to Sheep about. Come on, Sheep, you can take it to your elbow. It's your own arm.
She said, I don't have small hands for a reason.
God
God made these hands small for a
God
reason.
gave me small hands and you a big asshole for a reason. Sheep's like, oh fuck.
Total exorcism, bro. Oh man.
You heard it? What we heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, I think he's shitting himself.
Yeah. He shiz up or
What's that timestamp, babe?
or something popped.
Either he's shitting himself or she's paying him.
Yeah. Either he pops from the front or he pops from the back.
Yeah, either way, we knew it had something to do with the butthole.
Oh. Mute your mics, guys. Mute your mics.
You just all of a sudden walked away too. You were like, whoop, and just left me alone. I was like,
Yeah. But it's amazing how quick got his pants down and back up though. You know.
well, he's got to think he don't got a man-sized dick like us that he's got to get the pants
Muted
over.
mic.
Oh, that's right. You don't unbuckle his buckle, it just falls down.
Yeah, little tiny, he's got a tiny little typical little tiny white boy wiener. That's what Sheep's got. You know, just it is. You know,
So the title of the stream is "Rugs to Riches."
and we're gonna change it from ass to bitches.
Can you hear me, Peg?
Right, Sheep is. I am Sheep. Hear me,
Hear
Peg.
me,
Oh shit. So anyway, let's get into some crypto chat.
Well, why? What's wrong with the current conversation?
Shit. So, where we at? Well, we got. I think Stampede's coming back in a couple of days. He said this week, so it'll be nice. Get that back. What the hell?
Yeah, it will, but
too many chains. Too many chains.
I know, dude. I'm fucking. Oh, that's why I didn't. That's another one of the reasons why I wasn't gonna do the Harmony one. I was like, oh no, not another effing chain.
Roll that bitch. Roll that dashboard money.
Yeah. It's like you start getting point like just keep it on.
Got over $1 million in the Stampede button.
I wish everybody would just stay on Binance and Crow. Just there, boom. Make it fucking simple. Especially when you first, like, if you go to a whole new chain just for one fucking project, it's like, oh, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because then disconnect your wallet, then you got to reconnect every time you go back to the other ones.
Yeah. Look, he's all happy now. Listen to him. He's like, no. He's all. I'm pretty sure that was, what was that, a Britney Spears song? Oh, look, he went back for seconds. Look at, yeah. Let's listen.
Mm-hmm. Singing Not So Innocent.
Let's listen and see.
There it goes.
Oh, there, and here I could be like the commentator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Fia and I welcome you tonight to Black Sheep's Butthole Pounding. Oh, and here, Sheep, now we must be on a break. So, Sheep, tell us about your performance tonight. Like, how?
Yeah, go get pounded real quick and come right back.
All right. Well, if you wouldn't mind, we do have a bad angle of this camera here. Fia and I are gonna give a play-by-play, so we will need a better angling here. But guys, grab your sodas, grab your popcorn because Sheep's getting pounded tonight. Currently,
Yeah.
up to
So
the
whatever
elbow.
happened with the cops yesterday? Because they were like,
FBI, open up!
I basically told them, get the fuck out of here. The little bitch ain't getting shit.
oh,
And they were
okay.
like, okay.
Right. She's trying to take your dog.
Yeah, and I was like, and I told the cops, I'm like, really? I'm like, this fucking bullshit again. I already dealt with you guys, and they're like, not us. And I'm like, they were like, we don't know about the history. I'm like, why don't you fucking keep track or something? Like, I'm never rude to cops, but it was more, I was more pissed to see my daughter there again with the cops in my house, and I knew I didn't do nothing wrong. So I was a little bit snippy with the cops, but I mean, I apologize. You know, I was like, you're right, apologize. I know it wasn't. You guys weren't here last because I start going off.
Sounds
I'm
like
like,
a
oh,
cool story.
I'm all, yeah. And I was even like, yeah, last time you let that little fucker punch me in the face and I couldn't even do nothing and you threatened to arrest me. And they were like, what are you on, a Mustang? And I was like, well, there I was, right? I was standing on my porch. Little fucker punches me and I was like, get over here, little bitch. And I folded him up and I was choking him to death until his dad came and knocked me out of the way. And I made it sound like when BlackSheep gets freaking pegged, I was like, whoa. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah, those fucking. But the cops look back when I told them, like, this isn't the first time she's had fucking cops come over here. She's trying to manipulate the situation because she had the other police department, because we have multiple police departments around here. And so she had Reno PD this time, not the sheriffs, the county sheriffs. When I told them, oh, the county sheriff's already fucking told her about this, and they were like, oh, really? We didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, welcome to the world of my daughter.
Shit.
They're like, you know, I was like, yeah, dude, she's just trying to manipulate the situation because the last cops didn't do what she wanted and take the dog from me, because that's like the law is going to change or something. You know what I mean? Like Reno.
FBI, open up!
Yeah.
But yeah, I went out there. I was like, hey, can I fucking help you? That's how I introduced myself, because I was pissed, dude. I got cops outside of my house again. Like, get the fuck on, motherfuckers.
Neighbors love you.
Oh.
Yeah. Fucking Nate, and some of them were outside and shit. Like, the fuck on, get the fuck out of here. I don't need no fucking cops at my house because that's dumbass, literal little fucking. Oh.
Well, this is what you know, though. Did you change it to your wife beater before you went out, or when you came back in?
No, I usually throw a shirt on if I'm wearing a wife beater before I deal with cops. I do. I'm like that, or I'll make sure I'm not wearing something that's club related. Like this shirt is club related. It's like, so anything club related, I'll be like, no. No. I'll be like, yeah. But my daughter is a big mouth. She's a snitch. She's all like, my dad's a biker, and my dad this, and my dad. I didn't hear it. That's when I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going out there to confront this little cunt.
Oh shit.
Because I knew the cops had nothing on me, so I was like, fuck this. Why am I hiding here? Like, but I was like, my heart was pounding, and I was like starting to shake while I was talking to the cops because I was like so pissed they were there. Like, I've never wanted to like punch a cop in his face till that day. And it wasn't even the cop's fault. Just because my daughter was there, I'm like, I'm sick of. She keeps trying to use the cops, take advantage of them to help her. Meanwhile, she's one of these like wannabe little liberal Antifa fucks that are like hate fucking pigs. You know, I hate the cops, no good pigs. But every time she fucking wants help, what does she do? Oh, Mr. Policeman, help me. Fucking typical fucking Karen. My daughter's a fucking Karen, everybody.
We got 13 people out there, guys.
Don't let your kids be Karens.
F the like button, F the like button, F the like button, F the like the button, F it! Yeah!
F it, crypto black sheep.
See, YouTube can't ever take that down because it's got the YouTube sticker. He's advertising.
Right.
See, those kids, those ones, I'll claim those ones even though they're biologically not mine. I'll claim those before I claim some of my biological ones at this point. That's some good parenting too. I've been doing with those ones.
Let's see.
Knight, do you have kids?
I do not.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I asked you that before. Lucky bastard.
Can't say it.
You may feel like you missed out on something. You didn't.
I have plenty cousins, and now with my wife, I got nephews. So
You're good. Smart man.
I just put a picture of you in the chat.
Oh gosh. Yep. No, that was about me like a fucking tweaker. Peeking in when the cop looked that way. I like jump back real quick.
Oh man. Came in to work for a minute.
Are you at work right now?
Yeah, it's a half day, because I was gonna go down to the cigar lounge tonight. So like, well, I might as well go into work. That way, I won't be in the rush hour all the way from home. If I go straight there from home after work, during rush hour, it'd take me down there 2 hours to get there. Here, it only take me about 45 minutes.
So it's that you're like, well, I'll go to work because it's gonna actually make it easier to go out tonight.
That's why. I was going that way anyway. I might as well stop in at the job.
You're like, otherwise, you'd be at home, be like, damn, I got to drive through all that traffic.
Yep.
Word of the day: pegged.
Pegged.
Maybe she should throw a ball gag on you, like going forward, just so we don't hear whatever.
Oh yeah, you should give like a safe knock, like a.
I should just mute my mic. Yeah.
No, you gotta give us a.
Manfred Prime, what's up?
What's happening, guys?
What
How
up?
you doing?
Hey,
Oh, I'm doing great. I've been lurking a long time. I didn't know you just let anyone on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
smoke
why
this pipe here.
that's why we keep getting
Yeah,
banned.
he probably just he saw me and he's like, "Fuck, don't let anybody on this shit show." In Black Sheep's defense, he just can't get rid of me. He keeps trying to hide the links every show, and I just keep showing up. I'm like, Black Sheep, you hid the link for me, but I found it. Don't worry, I'll be there. He's like, great.
Yeah, well, before it was like restricted, like Shane was like the bouncer, you had to like good pass him to get on the show, but now
Hey, let's talk about Don Function if you don't mind. Your dev guy?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh man, he was just like coding in channel the other day, and it was like the most wonderful thing I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
that guy knows his shit.
He's pretty brilliant.
I've got like 20 years software development. Like you learn to pick up things by watching someone do what they do.
Yeah,
and
he's self-taught too.
That dude, so am I. I never went to college. I went to Geek Squad, then I went to Alcoa, then I went to Bank of New York Mellon, then I did like pharmaceutical data reporting, then I went into the mortgage industry, and then I went into like compliance stuff, and now I'm like running a software company or whatever.
Yeah, well, most of the coders are self-taught because they ain't learn all that BS that don't learn.
No, Google's wonderful, man. You can Google your way to just about anything. But anyway, the point is that the guy you got developing Sheep and the NFTs and everything else that comes next, man. I know a solid dev when I see one.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Here you go. Was he indenting his code properly?
He was. Yeah. No, and he was commenting too, and like no one does that.
Yeah.
So yeah, self-documenting code. It's amazing. It was intro. I was glued to the channel for like hours to watch.
Yeah, I've even watched him before when he was first coding the sheep tokens for us. Like I would sit there for hours because he would do it a lot in our private chat with all the board members, and I don't even know shit about coding, and I would just be watching him for hours. Like I don't know what I'm watching, and I don't know how this is entertaining, but just watching him just put it all together, and then he would look and test it, or if he was building the UI, boom, 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 jump back and forth, give him an idea. He'd be like, hold on, jump over into this test, into the code, type it, go back over to the UI, and boom, it's fucking totally different.
It's right there.
And it was so quick. He knew right where to go, where to look. Give me 2 minutes. Sometimes it wouldn't even be that. 30 seconds. And he totally changed the look of everything.
How did
I still can't believe he made a Twitter. He replicated Twitter.
Yeah.
I told him he should sell it.
He makes he writes codes for all kinds of shit. Like he's pretty
Just
quick
for
with
fun.
he's pretty quick with the UI stuff, but the shit on the back end, like the actual contracts, he's really freaking good with too. Like, and if he doesn't know, he figures it out, dude.
That's the way.
Yeah. He has
a
lot of other good devs too that he can bounce ideas back and forth off of, which is always good, because there's a few devs he's real close with, and sometimes if he's having a problem with a little bit of code and he keeps having bugs, he asks two or three different devs, hey, check this out, what do you think? And usually if one of them will be like, oh, swap this or that, usually one of them will have seen it and know how to catch it.
Yeah. And he likes to fork shit just for fun. Like, never puts it in, but just for fun.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's like, oh, today I'm making a freaking exchange, and I'm like, what do you mean you're making an exchange? He's like, just the back end. I'm like, what do you, just for the hell of it? And he'd be like, oh yeah, today I'm making an NFT game, all right? I'm like, for what? Oh, just because. He's got like a list, like he could probably launch a whole shit ton of different projects all right now. I mean, other than needing the capital to back it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my coding days ended back in Pascal and Fortran.
Who's was that you, Theo Knight?
Yeah.
You did Pascal and Fortran?
Yeah. I mean, I do IT, but I'm on a networking, side.
Yo, cookies, what up?
So yeah, I used to do basic back at Commodore 64, then Fortran, Pascal in college. And after that, I kind of like, I just don't have the patience for this anymore.
I started with basic in 4th grade. I was programming computers and shit in basic, and then
I remember basic. Holy shit!
Yeah, those Apple IIe's, man. You know,
Commodore 64.
What was the logos?
Oh, you remember logo? Dang, that's way back. Logo.
Yeah.
The little turtle.
Yeah.
Actually, I did that with machine back. It was hardcore. You did machine language. I kind of did that in the beginning, but that was just.
Oh man, that's so many layers down, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's all you had. That's all you had at the beginning.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, no, I got lucky. My dad was in the Air Force, so like 1983, we had computers in our house. Yeah, no one had computers back then.
Yeah, well, I got mine like in 80. Where your Commodore came out, I got mine. I had 83, 84. I had a Commodore.
Yeah, there you go.
Kids used to hate that I had a printer. So I bring in my reports like a word processor. They all print out. Teacher be like, "What the?" Even the teacher didn't have that shit. I'd be coming in homework all typed out.
And being a black kid at that time frame too, probably even less black kids had that type of shit. In the 80s. I know my white ass didn't, and we were like upper middle class.
Oh, that's funny.
No, my dad scrimped and saved for me to get a computer when I was 6 because he always were like, computers are the future, and it cost a shitload of money. I didn't even have a monitor. I used a TV for the monitor. And I was like one of the only kids in class up until probably 5th grade that knew how to use computers. Like the teacher would be like, "Oh, can you do this for me on the computer?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
About how old are you, Jay Blaze?
I'm 40.
Okay, yeah, I'm only 42.
I didn't get my first computer till I was like 20. It was like 2000, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I messed with people's, friends and shit, but that's why like Fia and I, that's why I'm like, wow, back in the 80s, because like my family was like an upper middle class. We didn't have no damn computers. That shit was like that was fancy.
I've always had a computer. I never learned how to code, but I've done a lot of testing for like like our OS that we use. I've done a lot of testing and back end testing and stuff on Jira, stuff like that. But I've never learned to code. I really want to.
Well,
I just don't have the time.
You had to, because one of the games out there, I mean, you used to buy magazines, and you sit there, you just type the game in, then you play it. Like
no shit,
like
man.
Run magazine used to have like the code and stuff
Oh,
in there.
run the code.
You actually type it in.
MS-DOS.
Yeah. Well, in basic, and you write it in, and you play it. Then, if you had nothing to save, you turn your computer off. It was all gone. And you had to type it again until you got something like a hard drive. Something.
So you have to like program the game every time you wanted to play it.
If I didn't have it, so I got like a cassette tape drive that you have. You can save your stuff.
Yeah, because computers only had like not even a gig. I mean,
that's crazy that you guys had computers in the 80s already. What the?
Oh
fuck?
yeah.
You remember that game? You remember that movie War Game? I was doing that shit. I was doing the modems. I was dialing shit up back then like that.
Oh yeah. I was on the modems before there was internet, man. There was bulletin board systems.
Yep.
You dial up a number, you play these text games, Trade Wars.
Trade Wars. Wow.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I did some
Empire.
dastardly shit in that game.
There's one called Empire.
Yeah.
And
I know that one that you're talking about.
You do that the whole hacking when you call a payphone and they make a long distance call. So you do that stuff.
Oh, I did that. I did that, man. You got those back in the 90s. They had those little repeated little thing. It was a device about this big with a button on it. So what you did is you got the payphone, you held up the recorder to it, and you dropped in the quarter, and you recorded that tone. And then you just played it back, dude. I was making long distance calls like for hours.
Heard people doing that shit. That the tone you could record that tone, and that's what would set off the.
That's when dial tone first. Before they switched off. Before they switched off rotary.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: is that somewhere in the late 90s they updated the payphone so that it wouldn't record until you put the quarter in. And they thought that that's how they could get around all these freakers or whatever. But that just means that every phone call costs a quarter instead of every phone call was free.
Well, no, but you didn't have to go to the payphone. You could, you dial from the computer at home. You there's a way you dial into the payphone. Then you get in there. You run the code.
You would call into the you dial into the payphone from your home computer.
Yeah, then you simulate the coin noise and make it forward, like you call in and have a forward call. Then you simulate the tone, they put money in. Then you make the call and keep going.
So what would you just like write down the number and call the payphone?
Well, you that, but you can just use the phone book and find they had back in the day phone book. You can find like numbers. I forgot how I found the numbers.
That's how you got respect being the nerdy black kid in the neighborhood, huh? Because your ass was probably doing. They knew you had a computer. Your ass was getting them free phone calls and shit.
Unlimited long distance calls. $5. $5.
I was doing all this stuff till they busted that the FBI busted that hacker dude Mendo something and they raided the shit and I'm like, okay, I stopped there cause they came and threw me in jail and I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I was hacking probably about the same time you were back in the late 90s. I had a hacking group and I mean it was gay as fuck. I mean we all dressed up in gothic shit like the Matrix, but this was before the Matrix was even dreamed of.
Do you remember
we'd go
that
hang
movie,
down in the city and then we'd I don't know, do all kind of crazy shit.
What was that hacking movie that came out in the 90s?
Hackers,
yeah. Serial killer.
As far as hacking goes, it's all been shite until Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot actually showed a little bit of real hacking. All the other things, everything you see in the movies, it's all kind of fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
really. I started watching that show and I never finished.
Yeah, all that stuff they do is legit stuff. Like stuff you do on the screen is legit, react stuff. Yeah, that's the real deal.
So I went down to this hydroponics shop down by industrial area. It's called Green Coast Hydroponics, and there's this motorcycle shop next to it. I thought they just repaired bikes in there, but apparently you can buy them too.
Where?
And there was I don't know.
BBH or something?
Something like that.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a black dude in there with a fucking with a 1%er on his chain. I was like, oh, that's nice. I said, oh, SCD. That's Cincinnati Disciples, isn't it? And he's like, yep.
I know one of them works there now.
BT said this week, Cookies and Crypto.
Yeah.
Was he the guy working there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They let him wear that without it like on the floor.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not. He's got it tattooed on his fucking neck, right? So, I mean, even if they said you can't wear that, it's still on his fucking neck, right?
Yeah.
Where's that, off Sahara?
Yep. It's kind of.
Yeah, almost. It's right across the street from it's right next to Treasure Strip Club. That industrial park in there.
Yep. Yep, that's the spot. So I don't know if their quality of bikes are better. What they used to do is they used to have a lot of like ones that have what are they called? Titles. Like
salvage
title, yeah. But they would be
rebuilt.
they'd be salvages, but you would get like what would normally be like a $30,000 bike you get for like 15-20 grand because they're salvaged. But I think now they do fuck around with like real titled vehicles too.
Yeah, because once you have a salvage title, that's it.
They got a Sportster in there. They got a really nice Sportster in there for like $8,000.
Is it do you know what size motor? 1200 or 883?
I took a picture, but that's the best I can tell you.
Speaking of which.
Hey, fucking Donnie D, you just made me want to go take a shit. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, bro. So
your ears must have been burning.
That's the guy.
About you.
Yeah, we were talking about you.
Yeah,
really?
That's Donnie Bravo.
Yeah.
He said he was watching you code like
dude,
the other
for
day.
hours. I was watching you code the other day, man.
You said you're shit dev, that you need to learn a lesson. I said I'll teach you.
I said the opposite of that, mate.
That's all right. We don't listen to this train because he sucks dicks in Mustangs.
No, I don't. I don't suck dick in Mustangs. I drive Corvettes, so I don't suck dick at all.
Listen, somebody actually did say you were a shit dev, and another person said you got the cock of a wallaby. Now, I don't know who said what, but there were some things said.
Yeah. I don't know if the cock of a wallaby is an insult or if it's like a phrase, but apparently you got a cock of a wallaby.
Right. Well, they'd know.
So do wallabies have freakishly small cocks or something?
Let's see.
He's like, we'll find out in about 3 seconds here.
Wallaby.
You know, I watched this documentary.
Yeah, Sheep tagged me. He's like, "Where you at?"
Dude, there's like a sex toy company that makes dildos that are shaped like different animal penises. Like,
seriously, what the fuck?
I watched this whole we watched
doesn't surprise me.
What were we watching? We might have been watching like Real Sex or whatever, but there was a segment on this thing we were watching, and I was like, wow, that's fucking like, is that still bestiality? I mean, like literally rhino dicks, horse, like dog, all different kinds.
I got one for you, Shane. So I was in Toronto last week, and apparently there's a joint that you can go into, and it's a doll brothel. It's a sex doll brothel.
What?
You can go in and fuck a sex doll.
Ew. I mean, I think that's even grosser than a real girl who's been fucked 10 times that day, because at least the real girl can get in there and clean it, clean herself out.
I'm sure they got guys in the back hosing them out.
They got a self-cleaning button on them.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was the first one in North America.
They have a reverse
telling me about it. Someone was telling me about it, and I looked it up, and I was like, holy shit. I don't know if it's still operational, but
only in Canada.
I was like, what the fuck?
Wow. The cops come in and bust the place. They got all these fucking little blow-up dolls all handcuffed.
They're not real. No, they're not blow-up dolls. They're like the expensive.
Oh, like the ones that are creepy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to tell you, it's really difficult to find out how big a wallaby cock is. I mean, I've been looking. I've tried a couple different phrases.
Well, how big's a
hidden
wallaby?
knowledge?
Let's start with a wallaby. That's
Oh yeah, BH is an Australian.
Wallaby has a small.
That BH is,
would
if
know.
anybody would know. He would know.
He's been looking at him.
Yeah, BH is grown up fucking, wallaby dicks running around his face.
Oh, my best friend's from Australia. I met him at Bank of New York Mellon.
Oh, excuse me.
Very interesting guy. He's got a PhD in
wallaby cock.
Yes. Absolutely.
They all do. Donnie already knew how big it was.
Hey, didn't Mellon Bank merged, right? Because I remember.
Oh my God, did they merge, man? They merged and merged and bought and bought and bought until they had 33
I had Mellon
different
Bank
active
Pennsylvania.
directory domains. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
I'm just saying, when I lived in Pennsylvania, I think I had Mellon Bank like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they disappeared. They closed their consumer wing and just went with like business shit. But they're so retarded. Microsoft, they had such a splintered system that Microsoft came in and were like, "Hey, we'll fix this for free just to do it," and they were like, "Nah, we're good."
So I think it was right. It was Carnegie, not Carnegie Mellon. I don't know. It was Mellon Bank. I remember because my dad died, and I was on his account, and so I went and closed the account and pulled all the money out. He was on disability, and I guess because he died on April, well, he was declared dead on April 2nd. They started hounding me like 6 months later, telling me I had to pay the money back because Social Security like debited them the money because he was dead. And I was like, "Fuck you! I'm paying it back." So what are you gonna do about it? I just fucked you. I just motherfucked them into eternity, and I never paid it back. Like,
how did you end up in Pennsylvania?
I was so my dad lived in Philadelphia, and we didn't talk for like, I don't know, 9-10 years.
I grew up around Philly a little bit.
Yeah, and then I joined the Air Force right out of high school.
Nice,
and
smart.
I got stationed in Willow Grove.
Oh my God, I lived in Willow Grove, dude. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, I got stationed at Willow. I mean, they bracked it a long time ago, but I was stationed at Willow Grove. Yep. My dad lived in Roxborough.
Oh, okay.
So I went and moved up with my.
Yo,
so
I've actually got a buddy out at Roxborough.
Huh?
I've actually got a buddy out at Roxborough.
Yeah, right by Manioc.
It's such a small world. Yeah, I grew up in Willow Grove, and then, my dad moved out to Murrieta Desert Hot Springs, California, and I went out there, and that's right down the street from Rhino.
Yeah. Out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, but I went to this cult-like Christian college that was at this mafia resort, and he knows where it is. They don't own it anymore because that church died off. But I was building like fake waterfalls and shit there, and studying Greek and Hebrew and all kinds of retard shit until I actually translated it and saw what it actually said. Then I was like, I'm out.
Was it a bunch of bullshit, or?
Usually, yeah. Anything involving humans is bullshit.
No, I just wonder, like, was it just like gobbledygook, or was it like, oh, we are brainwashing you?
Which part? Yeah, no, it's all brainwashing. Any organized religion is like brainwashing. It's part of you got to drink the Kool-Aid.
The Scientologists are. Where's their?
It's all the same to me, man. They
got a big. Where's their golden base at?
I've enjoyed most being godless. I got to admit, just not being baptized, not being christened or anything like that, not being, told, you'll observe this faith or belief or anything like that. Parents even said, no, you know what, we're not even going to put you into religious education. In fact, we're going to make sure you're exempt from religious education unless you say you'd like to go into it. I've been like completely 100% free to explore that entire shit entirely of my own volition.
Lucky you.
I did a major study of all world religions on my own. I never went to college, It came to college time, and my dad was like, you better go work in the trades. So I was thinking dishes,
anyway.
but of my own volition. And, I went a semester at this seminary or whatever, studied the word of God, verse to verse, whatever. But also, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, Rastafarianism, Zen, Druidism, the paganism. Yeah, I decided to look at it all. Why not look at it all and make your own decision rather than just like, suck the cock of whoever's telling you what
That's
what
what I did. That's what I did in boot camp, mostly because that, like, if you went to religious service, you didn't have to do anything. So
Yeah.
like, but like every week I go to the Islam. I go, like every week I go to a different one. Because if you didn't go to religious service, you had to stay behind and fucking clean and shit. So I'd be like, "Yep, I'm going with the Mormons today." Or the Catholics.
I know a story of a guy that was in basic training and was like trying to do the thing or whatever, and then there was this motherfucker over here praying to trees, and he was allowed to.
To trees?
Yeah. So on Sundays, he was allowed to go like this in front of trees all over the base or whatever.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Gaia or something.
Whatever.
I would have thought of that.
But,
Instead of telling everybody I was a homo.
Picture, you know?
I started walking around and telling everybody I was a homo. I could have just been praying to trees.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how many dicks I had to suck to make them believe it?
All the dresses you were wearing. Yeah.
All the dresses. He's like, I was running my 20 miles a day in a fucking miniskirt.
It was a funny prank I used to play on the new recruits. I'd fucking come out of the bathroom butt naked. They'd be like, "Where the fuck am I?" And I'd be like, "I'm just messing with you, bro." I met some really cool people there. I wish I would have stayed in touch. But this one guy gave me a Quran, and he was like, "Oh, come with us." So I went, and I was like, and this was right before 9/11, like 7 months, 8 months before 9/11, and I'm like, okay, so it's not as scary as everyone says, like this actually makes sense. And then 9/11 happened. Everybody was like, "Oh, fucking Muslims," and I'm like, guys, they're not that bad. Like, these are like extremists. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
I've watched a lot of like shows of like on YouTube of people that go to like visit Muslim towns, like Dearborn, Michigan's like fucking like 80-90% Muslim. And this guy, I don't remember his name, he does a lot of travel vlog things, and he says that out of all the whole world, the nicest people, the most inviting people and cultures he's ever been to were always Muslim. And he's showing in Dearborn like how welcoming all these people are, even though he's a white American. And he said when he went over to the Middle East, it was the same thing. People were treated him like not like what you would think, though. All the Muslims were like, come into my house, have dinner with my family.
No, so I'll tell you this. So 4 years ago, I got into a really gnarly car accident. I broke my leg. It's still fucked up to this day. Like, I'm probably going to have surgery in a few weeks again. But we went to London, and me, my wife, and my daughter, the first time, well, she was probably about 4. And so we had her in a stroller still because, it's a lot of walking around and stuff. And most of the tube stations they're underground and they don't have elevators. You have to go down like a shitload of stairs. So we get to the tube station and we've got the stroller and it's like, fuck, all right, well, I'll carry her, you carry the stroller, whatever. Like, or we'd be trying to go down the stairs and there would be like 20-something white guys and they just like blow past us, damn near knock us over. And my wife was like, and then a couple times these young black, like they were probably like Somalian or something, but or Muslim ladies. She's like, yeah, you go on the tube and the only people that'll even make eye contact with you are like the Muslim ladies. And the only people that ever helped us like down the stairs were either black or Arab. And I was like, that's pretty fucking sad. Like,
yeah,
my wife is like obviously white, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm a little bit darker, dark hair, dark eyes, but I'm like, to push a kid down 200 steps is quite a feat. And they would just pick up the stroller and just be like, you need help? Okay, we help. And they would just go down the stairs. And that was like one of the things that impressed me the most about London. It's like,
yeah,
the minorities are the ones that are like most welcoming and most friendly, and like the white people are like, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched because I grew up very, very Christian, like hardcore. I believe, you know,
we're gonna get along.
That's my beliefs are still Christian. I don't go to church. I don't think I need to go to church to
Because I
give
don't have any
someone
reason to
money.
take it
You
off.
know, that's my
No,
thing.
I grew up Christian too.
My
up,
mom's
like,
always like, "Why don't you go to church? Find a nice church." I'm like, "Mom, because I don't need to. Like, I can have a personal relationship with God, right? That's what it says. Have a personal relationship.
that's how my mom is.
I don't feel like, you know, I need to go and stand in front of some dude who's not perfect and tell me how to live my life when he's not perfect."
My mom's like, well, I watch church on TV and I pray. That's enough.
Hey, see that? I mean, that's what, and to me, that should be good enough. Like, whatever your beliefs are, like I think ultimately what's important is your relationship with your maker, whether you think it's God, Buddha, whoever it is. Like, I think that's more important to have a personal relationship with him than worry about everyone else's relationship with him and how I look to them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not a good enough one, you know? F you.
There's no such thing as not good enough. That defeats the purpose.
Yeah, God will judge me if I'm not.
You're
good
gonna
enough.
draw me out. Yeah. So you know, no, we'll not go there. I'll save it. I got to be a little more sober. I'm quite drunk, and I'm always high and usually drunk. So
usually drunk.
But no, you're right. You're right, dude. God is a God of love. Jesus came to show love, and they killed him for it.
Yep,
straight up.
Whether
but he
you
was
believe
one
it
of
or
many.
not.
You can't just you can't just
Yeah.
put yourself in this little box, because they make these boxes, and I wish Morpheus were here because me and him, we see things the same way a lot. There is this contrived effort by the powers that be to divide the populace of this world as a means of control.
Yeah.
And they do it by religion, they do it by color, and especially by color. Look, I grew up in Philly. I went to a daycare. White people were the minority. It's a little bit different,
Yeah.
Most white people aren't used to that. And you learn it. No one knew any better. No one knew there was any difference until someone says, "Hey, there's a difference," and that's how the powers that be sow division among us because we're easier to control.
That's the issue I have with like this whole CRT and stuff. Like when I was a kid, there were plenty of black kids, whatever. Like I even went to a black neighborhood once, and they were like, "You can't come over here," blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But it's like I didn't know any better. Like I was just going to see my friend.
Yeah.
And we had neighbors next door. There's two brothers that were black, and they were my best friends. And we moved.
There's no difference. There's no difference.
We moved, and the kid across the street was black, and two houses down, he was Filipino, and like we all got along. We were all good friends. We used to play football, and I mean, it's
dude,
like
where I grew up, the black kids, before I moved to Vegas until I was 11, when I grew up in California, there's 3 black kids, I think, in my whole elementary school. They were like the cool kids because there was only 3 black kids. Like anytime we play sports, we would like beg the black kids, please come play, because we weren't.
Where was that?
In North County, San Diego, San Marcos, Escondido area.
Shit,
yeah. So we only had like 3 black kids at school, and like we would like beg them, please, like, because you guys are the only ones that were good. Otherwise, with all the white kids playing, it was just a shit show. At least if we can get one of the black kids to play, your team would win.
It's like Salt Lake City. If you're a single, you don't even have to be single, but if you're a youngish black man, dude, you can pretty much fuck whoever you want because it's. Even though there's a lot more diversity now than there was when I first.
A lot of them want to piss off their Mormon dads that are like super overbearing.
But you know what? That's how Atlanta was too. And That's where I spent most of my time growing up, and every single one of my cousins, the females, they all married black guys.
Oh,
wow. The first one.
Hey, Atlanta though, what's crazy about Atlanta? There's 4 chicks to every 1 dude in Atlanta. In the 20s.
I hate Georgia.
Yeah, like 4 to 1, dude, and like like man.
I don't like Georgia. Like Captain Asshook 3000 lives there. He loves it there, and he has 3.
Hold on, fellas. Theo, we're a bunch of white men. Oh, what do you got to say? Like, how old are you?
I'm 50.
So you've seen some real shit.
Yeah, I grew up in South Central, so I've seen it all.
Oh,
wow. So I'm just enjoying the conversation. No, actually, I was just doing work, so I was kind of tuning out. But yeah,
he was the nerdy black kid.
Yeah, so I had a different perspective. So I don't know.
Like, at least you were in a neighborhood where they respected that, because a lot of neighborhoods you'll have like your big piece of shit thugs will respect the kids that are actually like trying.
Well, he's probably a big dude and shit, so if kids fucked with him, he probably anyway.
Yeah, he's like a big old teddy bear. They're like, don't fuck with the nerdy kid.
Yeah, don't fuck with don't fuck with Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? He gets
I don't know how growing up in LA was, because I'm from the East, obviously. But were they ever like, oh, you Uncle Tom and this?
Oh, no.
You Oreo and this shit.
No, I guess
because they used to do that. They used to do that, in Atlanta, where you had upper middle class or wealthy black kids, and like the thuggish ones, they'd be like, "Oh, you Uncle Tom, fuck you,"
Oh yeah, see, that's the thing. See, it wasn't no middle class upper kids going to the schools. We was all broke.
Well, that's true. In South Central, everybody broke.
So nobody could claim that.
Yeah, he was just a broke kid trying to better his life.
I just had lucky. I had both parents, and and
that's a big difference. That's the difference. Is having both parents.
Yep.
And close, because elementary school was like just a couple blocks away, middle school block, and my dad, he was not playboy, he used to us, but anyway, he was friends with a lot of staff at both schools. He was friends with the dean of both schools, and so when I went to school, all the teachers had permission to whip my ass.
Oh shit!
Mine too.
My kindergarten and elementary school teachers used to get spankings from my mom used to tell me.
Yeah, they was like, if something went down, they spank me. It's like, well, spank him.
No,
so your dad
in New Orleans, my mom actually signed a permission slip. The principal had a paddle in his office.
Did it have air holes cut in it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
See, I've been there.
Air resistant.
And they signed a permission slip and said, if you act up in school, the principal can paddle you, and then when you get home, I'm gonna beat your ass again.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't need to be a permission slip. Like I say, my dad and the dean were buddies, so
I got my ass beat for not doing nothing.
Oh man,
well, so did I.
My dad kicked the shit out of me for like 16 years straight before he kicked me out.
Yeah, and my stepdad was like that too.
But I went to Catholic school, and I was taller in kindergarten than the nun that taught the class, and they used to drag me around by my ears. That's why they're so big, And then I went from Catholic school to Christian school, where they're like, if you fuck up, we're gonna beat the fuck out of your ass with this specially made paddle with air holes, so there's less resistance, so it hurts more.
Yeah. Yep. No, I see. My dad resented me because my mom couldn't have no more kids after me, and my dad didn't have my stepdad didn't have no kids, and like I was kind of like a real fuck up, real smart mouse and shit like that. And
I know the
drill. So I used to get my ass whipped a lot because I wasn't his kid. I used to get my ass whipped, and so.
That was the same one.
My stepdad was mean, dude.
My stepdad's like fucking 6'3", 6'4", and shit, big old black dude and shit. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad, when he got pissed off, he had a temper and shit.
My stepdad growing up is different than the one I've had. The black dude my mom's only been with since I was like half of my life. Yeah. But I had this like redneck that would mean ass redneck from the age of like 9 to 18. My mom was married to, and this motherfucker was like one of the most manliest, toughest, ass kicking his fucking dudes. Unless he would like relapse and do meth, then we'd catch his ass cross dressing and shoving stuff up his ass.
No,
dude. By the
Whoa.
time I was like 15, I figured this out. He had one of his relapses. I had all my buddies come over. I'm like, bro, he's fucking, and I'd be like, Bob, come here, and he'd peek his head out. He'd be like, what? You want to make me look stupid? I'm like, no, come here, Bob, and he'd be like, leave me alone, close the door. And my friends and I, we'd be making fun of him. We'd be like,
I'm so fucked up.
because otherwise, no, you couldn't talk shit to this dude normally. You even look at him wrong. You'd be like, hey, Bob, your lazy eyes. Come here, motherfucker. He broke my nose. Like, he took my mom's face once. The only time he ever touched my mom, he took her face and bashed it into the ground a bunch of times.
Yeah,
Wow.
my stepdad was the
Fucking
same way.
Christ.
He was.
I
fucking.
think every house has abuse in there, but shit.
He was fucking. He only put his hands on my mom once, but he saved it up. He made it good when he did.
No shit. Hey, check this out. Like I said, growing up, like I said, my stepdad worked for like PG&E, so he was a meter reader, right? And he had to do all the orchards and shit like that. And so he'd tell me, come home right after school. And if I did come home right after school, because he wanted to go chop down a almond tree or something that one of the farmers gave him and shit, get my ass whipped. And like, I didn't know what day he wanted to go chop down trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not here. And like, man, so I used to get my ass beat for a lot of shit. And it'd be fucked up because where we lived at is like, we had our house, which is on the corner, facing one street, and then we had our rental property, which is on the second house to ours, and then we had his grandmother's, and then we had his great grandfather's house. So on Saturday
family
morning,
right there,
I had to fucking mow all 4 yards in the morning.
Ian J would get a house to house ass.
Hey, wait, Ian J.
4 yards in a row, dude. Every Saturday morning, I had to cut 4 yards.
And you were the only one that wasn't black in the family, huh?
Yeah, me and my mom. And in the whole black area. There's like a little sprinkles of Mexicans, but it's like all black area.
Ian J to them was the white boy, and they had him doing all the work. That's awesome.
Yeah,
like, he didn't. Get your white ass out there and work, boy.
And I bet if you were playing out in the street, anybody would come out and whoop your ass if you did something.
Beat him up.
No, my dad's family had the lot since like fucking like the 60s and shit. So they had like 4 properties, maybe fucking even before the 50s. They had like 4 properties there, and then his uncle had like the second house from the corner, and then his second cousin had the second house from this corner because like we lived on a 4-way, but it was like one right here was a court or like a court. It only went like 2, houses, and one right there in the alleyway. So out of 4 corners, you know, saying his family owned almost, you know, then the whole little 4-way.
That's kind of cool though, dude.
Yeah. No, my stepdad's family is very, you know what I'm saying? My stepdad, he had my grandfather had like a bar, then retired from Safeway, and had a bunch of like little things and stuff like that. My stepdad is very well off and he's very well educated. You know what I'm saying? He's black, and like I said, my mom busts jokes. He goes, he didn't realize he was black until he moved to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. It was different and shit. Georgia's different and shit.
Georgia, they remind you every day.
Yeah, Georgia's different.
Because my stepdad was half German. I guess his dad used to beat his ass all the time, but he was a half German, 6-foot-something dude from West Texas. And I remember, I'll never forget the first time he beat my ass when I was 5, and he grabbed me by the throat and pinned me up against the wall and just started smacking the shit out of me. And him and my mom weren't even married at that point.
Gangster,
that shit went on for years. Like I got moved to my dad's, I got moved to my grandma's. And because I wasn't his kid, right? And he was like, I don't want kids, blah, blah, blah. And then my mom got pregnant with my brother. And then he finally settled down. He's dead now, thank God.
Did you guys ever like settle your differences?
Yeah, like when I was probably 15, 16. So they lived in Louisiana. I was in Georgia with my grandmother because he used to beat my fucking ass for no reason every day. My mom's mom that came from Cuba, so I lived with her. But I would go back like in the summers and for Christmas. So like in the summer, he worked construction, painting and drywall, and he would take me to work with him. So once like we started that, like he was pretty chill. Like he would even like at the end of the summer, he'd give me like a shit ton of money and be like, here, go school shopping or whatever. And my brother was just a little kid. He never really beat my brother, but he was like really fucked up. Like my brother's fucked up mentally still.
You think he felt guilty that
maybe, I don't know. Yeah, he didn't beat my brother, my brother, but he was like really like, I don't know. Like my brother told the school that, My brother told the school that he abused them, and they did a whole investigation. After that, he's like, "You're not my kid. I never want to see you again."
Oh yeah, I say
So
no.
when I was like 20, 21, I brought my brother over to his house because him and I were like chill. We used to talk all the time. And so I brought my brother over, and he was like cordial or whatever. And then as we're leaving, he was like, "Don't ever bring him to my house again."
Damn.
And then
Yeah, I was in the same
I guess
thing.
we talked to him like years later because his mom died. His mom was a school teacher. She used to watch me and stuff. And so I called him, and then I was like, "Well, Kyle's here if you want to talk to him." And he talked to him, and then he told me, he's like, "I don't want to fucking talk to him. Fuck you, blah blah blah." And then we had a falling out, and then a couple years later, he died. And I was like, my mom told me, I was like, "Good, fuck him. He was an asshole."
Hey, you know what? The more asshole of a father figure we had in life, the better men a lot of us became, though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I think
I have
so,
some major
because-
assholes, and
Yeah, dude. Like, say,
serve an
my
asshole.
stepdad was an asshole. I got my ass beat like religiously and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom left my stepdad because she came in. I had like a bunch of bruises and shit all over my back and stuff like that. And so she left him when I was in 5th grade. By time within like 3 months of me moving, because we moved from Merced to Stockton, I saved up my lunch money. I moved back. I jumped on a Greyhound bus and fucking went back to my stepdad's house and shit. And fucking, you know what I'm saying? And he's calling, hey, do you know your son's at? And she's like, yeah, he's at my mom's house. And I'm fucking like 65 miles away back at my stepdad's house, just because that's the upbringing I had. I had structure there. You know what I'm saying? After you know what I'm saying, 6th grade, I fucking ran amok. You know?
Who here got their ass beat as a kid? Like
all
me.
of us. Because it was
Like-
that's what happened back then.
Black eyes,
you know?
the whole 9 yards. And
Some
I
kids
didn't dare fucking tell anybody. Like
Knight
even-
didn't
so-
get his ass whooped. He's probably the only one. He's I was a good kid. You
I got some whoopings, but now I look back to it.
But was it your mom or dad whooping you? Your mom probably.
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah,
Oh.
but when I look back on it, I said 9 out of 10 times, it was some shit I deserved. I broke
but there's a difference.
You got a good. Some of us, it was like, you know, my dad would come home from work and be like, "I know you did something bad today. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna punish you."
I remember riding the school bus, and we would drive by my house to the corner. That's where the school bus stopped, and I always had the window seat on the driver's side, and every day I would look and see if his truck was there. And if his truck was there, I'd be like, "Fuck," because I knew I was in some shit for no reason. Because he was home early, by the time I got home, he was fucking drunk.
Damn.
Like I say, my stepdad, he wanted to go chop wood and shit. And so if I didn't come straight home, like, you know, because he got like 3 o'clock. So if I didn't get home by 3 o'clock, 3:15, he beat me there. I knew I was getting an ass whooping. You know, unless there's another car there and he has company and both of them are in the front yard drinking or some shit. But yeah, I had a bunch of red flags.
He was the type of dude that, like, he'd be like, "Okay, I want you to cut the grass." He would go out with a ruler and fucking measure and make sure it was even.
Damn.
You know what?
Oh man, you all.
And he'd be like, "This spot is off," and I'd have to get the shears and fucking hand.
But you know what though? Let's say, I guess, also because my dad was older when my dad was like in his 50s when he had me. So
shit.
Yeah, you got a different experience.
So he had been right. So I was kind of like, you know, probably his chance to, like, you know, do it right. I suppose I never met him. I suppose he had a stepbrother. My dad had he had a child from a year ago back in his like 20s, 30s, but he lost contact with him, so he never know what happened to him. And so pretty much, so I didn't know nothing about it. I just heard about it, but nobody knew anything. But anyway, I used to go to school. My dad used to pick me up from school. We was a rough neighborhood, so, you know, walking home, getting in trouble. So, no, he would pick me up from school. Then my cousin, his niece, used to buy properties and stuff. So my dad would go fix them up for us. So my dad would come pick me up at school, and we go, and I'd be working on fucking houses, or, you know, working on properties and stuff. You know, I wasn't, you know, I used to be doing this little light shit or doing the yard type of shit, stuff like that. And then
what up?
And then my other uncles, his brother, they worked at you know, like my dad worked at Chrysler for a chance. My uncle worked at Ford, another worked at GM, so they was all in automotive. So one of them had a a mechanic shop, so sometimes I go over there and be fucking working on cars, helping them out. So it was just like you got that workout in me, but that's why I don't like working on cars these days because I got tired of working on. I can do it. I mean, I probably forgot a lot of this stuff now, but because I used to work on fucking cars so much growing up that I got.
That's why I don't paint, do sheetrock or wallpaper. I know how to do it, but
oh my god, I hate fucking. I'll hang drywall. I won't finish it anymore.
No, but I had to do it. I had to do it.
I'll hang it. You finish it. That's right.
Oh my god, fuck all that shit. And also, I was a mechanic for a very long time.
Yes,
Oh Jesus. It's a curse. I can't stop. I mean, now I only work on BMWs that I buy at the auction for like $1,000 or whatever. But
oh god, Rhino!
Oh, you're in Rhino. Where's
no,
Rhino?
I posted all my pics, man.
Where's
my buddy's got a garage down the street or down the road from me. We went on Copart, bought all these cars. You know,
hey, what Don say about Sheep today? You say anything?
No, I didn't hear anything.
No.
I'm gonna clean up my backyard for this damn birthday party tomorrow, but it's kind of. I
know
it's also we're close. Is
Yeah,
it time to buy
I think
another
we're close.
$5,000, $10,000 worth of sheep?
That's all I know. We're close.
That first car, we bought it for like, I remember it was the manager of our apartment building. He had a 72 Pontiac Grand Prix, and he didn't take care of it. He burnt the fucking engine out because he didn't change the oil. So we bought it for $100. I had to put an engine in that mud, rebuilt everything, and so I pretty much built that car. The body work was okay, but yeah, the engine, we had to put a whole new engine there, fucking transmission, and all that. So I had to later build my first car.
Make it. Can you make it bigger, Sheep? Can't see.
I built my second car. My first car was an '85 Buick Century. I drove it off a bridge. Then I took the engine out of it. I bought another Buick, same year Buick Century that was perfect body condition, and bought it for $500. And then took the engine out of the first one and put it into that one. And that's, I was introduced to mechanics out of need because I had no money. I was living in a group home.
Yeah. Like I say, we were $100. My uncle had a auto body shop, so of course, he did it free. So we had, we put the engine, and I think it was like $1,000. I bought the car for $100, put about $1,500 in there between the engine and transmission. Yeah. Of course, didn't pay the labor. My uncle did most of the work by because I was there helping out.
But that's like a brand new car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. If I would just went out and bought a used car, kind of like that.
But even though it was a '72 with a new engine, and even if it's rebuilt, I mean that'll last you for years.
Well, it did. It got me all the way. Let's see. I had that car about I got it in '89, and I had it till like '95 when the transmission finally went out again. And I was like, I didn't want another old car. I wish I would have kept it though. But at that point, I wanted a brand new car, just to have a new car for a change.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream, guys, because she's got to leave soon.
Oh, you're about to get pegged, and you don't want us to hear it again. Mute it.
Win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo. Yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, shooting to the moon,
and go.
I wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, 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 she wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, palm, I wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, 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 she wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, palm, let's go get palm, 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 you wanna palm, 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 she wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, 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 you wanna palm, 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 she wanna palm, palm, Lambo, yellow, Lambo, win, Lambo, yellow, Lambo. I wanna palm.